All right, I wanted to take you guys through one of my favorite upper body warm-ups. We're going to start off with some cactus rotations. So we're going to start off in this 90-degree position like this. From here, we're going to make sure that we have a wide stance. We want to pretend that we have headlights coming out of these two bones right here facing forward. And we want to make sure they stay like that the entire movement. What we're trying to do is get the rib cage moving. So I'm going to start with this T or this 90-degree position at the elbows, and then I'm just going to rotate back. Once I get to my fullest rotation, I check that my head is neutral, right? So I shouldn't be making the rotation from my neck. Head is neutral, and that my hips are facing forward. Then from here, I'll take a big inhale and repeat on the opposite direction. So that would be 1 rep. We're going to do a total of 3 reps. So I should feel most of this action happening in the core, right? So right below the rib cage, towards the back end. And we're actually trying to use the arms as little as possible. So again, just trying to disassociate, just trying to move the upper body, getting the T-spine moving. Whew. Okay, so from there, what we want to do, now that we've got the rib cage moving, we're going to get into some scapula movements. So these are basic scapula movements, but what we want to do on the first one, we're going to have 3 points. So the first point is going to be down, right? From this down position, I'm going to pull my shoulders back. I'm going to lift them up, roll them forward, and then back down to the start position. And then I'm just going to repeat this for a total of 3 reps, trying to get as much movement from my shoulder blades. Now doing the opposite, trying not to move the rib cage, trying not to move the neck. And then we'll reverse the pattern. So we'll come up, we'll pull back, we'll pull down, and then we'll just roll on through, creating big circles, trying to keep the elbows straight. All right, for our second position, we're going to come back to this field goal. And just having the elbows in a different position will change the entire game up. So from here, we're going to take a big inhale. We're going to pull the shoulders down. We're going to pinch the shoulder blades together. We're going to lift the shoulder blades. We're going to wrap the shoulder blades forward. And we're going to pull the shoulder blades down. So we're just trying to create, again, the biggest circle. So obviously the arms are going to come along for the ride, but we're trying not to move the rib cage here. Trying not to move the neck. Trying to maintain that 90 degrees, that cactus position. So from here, we'll reverse the pattern. I find this a little more challenging to go backwards, but I do my best. So let's say that's 3 or 4. Reps aren't the most important thing. Feeling the movement is what matters. All right, now we want to finish it off. And then we're going to jump into some elbow cars. I like to use just a little bit of weight here. We're going to start off with rotating forward like this. Pulling, flexing, rotating forward, and then lowering slow and controlled. And I'll repeat again. I like to do about 5 reps per side here, or each direction. Just to get the juices flowing in these bent arm positions, which we're going to be using throughout our upper body warm-up or workout. Got my assistant Whiskey in to help us out. He says keep those elbows in. You're gonna get about 5 in this direction. So now notice I've switched things up. So I've now rotated forward like this, and then I'm pulling up. So any of you guys that are cyclists, and you guys are following me, this is the move for elbow pain. So keeping the elbows as in as you can, shoulders down away from the ears, curl this bad boy up, reverse, and then lower. All right, so we've got the blood flowing there. We're going to close things off with a bilateral shoulder car. I'm going to start by taking a big inhale. Exhaling the rib cage down. I don't want to shrink or bend at the knees, so is what I'm looking for. From here, I'm going to rotate the palms up. I'm going to bring the arms all the way overhead. Once I reach this overhead position, I want to make sure that I'm not grabbing for anything. So no claw fingers, crab fingers here. Keep the arms straight. Then rotate all the way back. Trying to give a big bear hug all the way behind you. Then from here, notice that I've rotated my knuckles all the way to where they're facing in. Then I'm going to back it up. Reverse the same way that I came in. And we're going to do about 3 of these just to close off the warm-up. So again, just taking my time, building control, trying to fight for every millimeter of range. Really taking my time. Intent is everything with these little movements. The last move, nice and slow. Rotating, feeling the wrists rotate, the elbows rotate, and then finally the shoulders. And then just closing off with one last reversal. That concludes the shoulder warm-up. We should be ready to go. Jump right into the next section of your program. We'll see you there.